Hello everyone, welcome to another video from Crafting Cottage, and today we are going to make this beautiful turtle 3D acrylic painting. And in our kit we have the palette, there are two brushes, one flat, one round, sponge, metal leaf, golden, the metal leaf glue, 3D texture tube and acrylic paints. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to split up the canvas from the frame. We don't want the frame to get dirty, and we're going to use our texture tube. It's possible that the texture tube the water separates from the paste, so just press it around gently and make sure that it's nicely mixed together. And then we are going to cut it with a scissor, and I'm not going to cut it too much. I'm just going to cut the front of from the tip, just like 2 mm maximum. So 2 mm. If I squeeze it, this is the thickness that I want. So you don't cut it too much, just a little bit, just like 2 mm, 1.5 mm, not too much. Once our tube is ready, we've cut the tip, and we can start drawing on top of the lines. So we're going to draw this 3D texture just on the outline. So I'm going to start outlining and going over the lines which are already drawn for us. Alright, so now I have already completed my 3D artwork outlining, and I still have some 3D paste left. Maybe you can just cover the tip with the sellotape, and you can use it for some other artwork if you want. And right now, before we leave this for drying, I'm going to just use my flat brush. I will make this wet, and we are just going to smooth the lines on the top, these 3D artwork lines. This step is completely optional. Try it out with me, and if you think that you're making it a mess or it's not looking how you want it, just leave it be and let this dry out, and then we'll start with coloring. Okay, so I'm going to get the brush and my cup, my normal cup that I use for artworks. It's super dirty, but yeah, it works. So I'm going to dip it in water, as you can see, and then I'm going to use the edge of my cup to remove excess water. That's what we want. We don't want too much water, so you remove the excess, and still a wet brush, and just smoothen the top. Okay, so I'm done with the smoothing of lines, and I'm going to just leave it for a couple of hours to dry completely, and then we'll start painting it. Alright, so now my 3D texture has completely dried and it's hard, and now we can start painting it. I'm going to remove it from the frame because we don't want the frame to get dirty. So now we get started with the painting. The first two colors that we're going to take are the primary blue, little bit, and bright green. You can take similar quantity or the green to be little lesser. And then we're going to mix, and we're going to make this turquoise blue that we want to use for our background. Mix this, and this is what we're going to use. You can have a little bit more water in this, as we're going to use sponge to put it on the background. Now I'm just going to use my sponge and I'm going to dab it on the background. I've also taken light blue here, a little bit more primary blue, and I'm going to mix this in. This doesn't have to be exactly like mine, just your version of it. I'm going to use the number 2 brush, the small one, and for these you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing. You don't have to choose exactly the same colors. You can choose your own. Have the brush little wet and no water in the acrylic paint. So the acrylic paint we want to use as it is. Just the brush should be wet, and then we are just going to fill in the color nicely. And then I'm doing it alternate, but you can choose however you want to. And really fill in the color, because otherwise it will not look so nice. We don't want the below canvas to show. You can always come around and give it a second dab. I'm going to use same purple or violet, and then I'm going to mix it with white. Alright, I'm going to use now the dark green color, and I've made it with the bright green and added just a little bit of black in it. Now I will start coloring the center, and for that I'm going to use grey, and it's hard to get the same shade of grey, so I'm going to mix a little bit extra. So I will have white, and slowly I will add black to it to get the right shade that I want. use ultramarine for the flowers. Okay, so now our acrylic paints have dried very nicely, and we can now start putting the glue for the metal sheet. So let's look at this. This is the glue that you get in the kit, and these are the metal leaf sheets. So we're going to first put the glue, and then we have to leave it for 15 to 20 minutes to let the glue set and dry out, and then that would make the surface stickier where we want the metal sheet to stick. So we're going to use it from this bottle itself and use the number 2 brush to get a little bit of glue, and then we are just going to go over or only on the 3D lines that we want the metal leaf to stick to. So just go slow and cover all the 3D areas. Okay, it has been 15 to 20 minutes, and now that my glue has already dried, I will take out the metal leaf from the pouch. Gently remove the top and make sure that you don't touch it, because if you touch it, it sticks to your hand. I'm going to use a small tweezer to place it. You can also use your brush. And now we're going to use the flat brush and just gently dab it. And then remove the extras. Okay, so our artwork is complete. We can put it back in the wooden frame. You can actually glue the frame to the edges, and you have 2 hooks in the kit which you can put behind for hanging. And with this, our artwork is ready. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.